As you can see from the relatively low sun, we have made good progress this morning. It's always a bit difficult getting the balance right between actually moving along the coast journey and lingering to enjoy views, lovely beaches, interesting buildings or events, and anything else which looks like it deserves more of our attention, and of course anything that we think you might like to look at. Hopefully, we capture enough for you to experience the beauty and richness of our coastline as you travel with us. One of the great things about Exmouth is that the beach is right next to the coast road and there is plenty of parking. So, if you fancy a day at the beach and would prefer not to have to carry your beach gear very far, then Exmouth is a good destination. It seemed well cared for, clean and up together. Even the sand was looking its best, having just been rolled. Exmouth does have quite a few problems keeping its sand actually on the beach, and now has a beach management plan in place. It used to have sand dunes along the beach, but in 2004, during severe storms, these were badly damaged. Then, in 2014, when our south coast took a real battering from enormous waves, strong winds and torrential rain, the sand dunes at Exmouth were completely destroyed, leaving just the golden sandy beach.
Taking a parking space. And we're nice and tucked out in there, isn't it? So we can all get on there. Need the helmets as well. So I'm not sure how it's passed us by before, but we have discovered Exmouth. We nearly avoided it completely at the end of the main road that comes down here. You can see a little bit of already in the background, but I'll show you how beautiful this place is. It's lovely. And it goes around the corner. It's way longer than this. We rode along it for what seemed like 5 minutes or more, and it was just continuous beach. The sea looks great, sandy. And where are we now? We're in March and it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning. It feels like we're somewhere in Spain. Budleigh Salterton is a delightful seaside town. There's not much to say about it, but there's nothing to dislike, as you can see from the pictures. Many of the houses directly facing the sea are holiday lets, and I can imagine a relaxing long weekend sat on a balcony reading a book, enjoying the occasional drink and taking strolls along the coast. It marks the beginning of the Jurassic coast that ends at Old Harry Rocks near Studland in Dorset. This stretch of coast is a fossil hunter's dream. There are also impressive natural features that include arches, pinnacles and stacked rocks. It owes these formations and the abundance of fossils to the types of rocks and almost continuous erosion by sea. The Jurassic coast was designated a World Heritage Site in 2001. Sidmouth is another delightful town and well worth a visit if you're after a tranquil escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life and just want to switch off. It is tourist orientated without being commercialised and has a great choice of accommodation, from quaint B&Bs and guest houses to the 3 grand hotels that neighbour each other at the west end of the beach. There's no pier, instead its cricket club occupies a huge spot in the middle of the seafront. Everything's within easy walking distance and it has some great places to just be, such as Connaught Gardens. In fact, as I edit this, I'm looking up any last minute deals.
On our way between Sidmouth and Seaton, we popped down to Branscombe Beach. It's a lovely place, but like so many of these smaller, more remote beaches, a lot of people have the same idea, and in their search for a quiet spot to take a dip, end up getting jammed on the country lanes and vying over scarce parking spaces when they get there. On the bike, we were much less affected. but upon seeing the density of people taking advantage of the sunny March day, we decided to promptly turn around and forgot to film any of it.
For such a small place, Beer has plenty to see and do, and there's a lot of history. It's reminiscent of the Cornish fishing villages from previous episodes. There's no natural harbour, but the cove protects it from the westerly winds. The cove also provided privacy and shelter to smugglers. The boats are launched from the beach. As well as fishing, Beer is famous for its lace making. It provided the lace for Queen Victoria's wedding dress and has been supplying lace to the royal family ever since. An open brook winds its way down the main street to the pebble beach. Its name is not derived from the drink but from the Old English word beru, meaning grove, and refers to the original forestation that surrounded the village. Beer's caves have been quarried for the famous Beer stone. Beer stone was used in the construction of 24 cathedrals around the UK, including Exeter Cathedral, Westminster Abbey and St Paul's Cathedral, and was also used in the building of Christ Church Cathedral, St Louis, Missouri. Pecorama is a tourist attraction on the hillside above the village that includes a display of many model railways, gardens, a shop and the Beer Heights Light Railway. The attraction is owned and run by Peco, a UK manufacturer of model railway accessories. The factory is on the same site.
Like Cornwall, Devon has a north and south coastline, but they are separated by Cornwall. Take a look at a map and you'll see what I mean. Right back in episode 1, we were on the North Devon coastline. Since Plymouth, we've been travelling the South Devon coastline. Seaton sits at the most easterly end where it meets Dorset. You may remember the Cornish Seaton from episode 5, a much smaller place than this Seaton. To confuse matters more, there's a sea town not far away on the Dorset coast. In front of us you can just about make out the wall of the Cob, the name given to the quayside in Lyme Regis. The Cob featured in Jane Austen's novel Persuasion, when it was first written in 1818. It is the famous scene where Louisa foolishly jumps from the wall expecting to be caught. It was used as the exact location in the 1960 television miniseries and again in the subsequent films in 1971, 1995, 2007 and 2022. Lyme Regis is the centre of the Jurassic coast and there are lots of shops selling fossils if you don't want to search for your own. You are allowed to keep any you find as once on the shore, the fossils don't last. We are leaving Lyme Regis, but not the Jurassic coast, as it is 95 miles in length. Join us next time as we discover some more of it, and remember to like and subscribe to keep up with our adventures.